The lie is more entertaining than the truth, bro. Okay. No matter what you say, man. Like, the truth came out about them fouls and all that. They still run with it. Yo, homie in this and homie in that. It's like,
what about the Target
the lawyer shot down. Don't talk to me about that. I don't give a fuck about that activism shit, my nigga. Like, because these niggas is still in there, my nigga.
Right.
So don't worry about us.
Look, the Target deal is important because I hit up both of these dudes when that episode came. I said, oh, y'all gotta look
selective
at. But look,
rage.
But look, no, not at all.
Everybody album is available vinyl.
So
in Target.
Why wouldn't Hov say, hey, I don't have
he
control
don't
of that.
have to. He don't owe y'all niggas no explanation, my
nigga. That's where we split ways.
Well, that's gonna forever be that, my nigga. Y'all sounded like the old lady in the window. Why y'all outside 3 a.m. loud? We gotta tell her we selling drugs, bitch. That's why.
No, I don't.
The fuck?
I don't get the correlation there.
She want to know why we outside late doing what we do. You want to know why he did what he did. We owe none of y'all no explanation. We selling drugs,
No. The difference is you didn't, unless you paying that old lady rent or whatever the case may be.
He not paying your rent.
Right. The community at large. The community at large support Hov. The community at large support Hov.
You're not paying his rent.
Again, the community at large supported Hov. Hov gets to wage that because the community supported him.
First of all, the community know about money right now because of Hov. Right? Y'all niggas would still be running around picking boogers, wiping them on the camera screen if it wasn't for Hov and B.I.G. Let's clear it up, man. New York was not talking no money until Big and Hov came out.
From a rap perspective.
Yes. So you want to talk about money, you got them chains on. You know platinum because of Hov, nigga.
That doesn't help the community.
It doesn't help the community.
No, what do we say? Hold on.
How that doesn't help the community?
That doesn't help the community.
How to get money.
No.
Y'all niggas wasn't worrying about getting money. Y'all niggas was wearing motherfucking Dickie suits. You was wearing Carhartt jeans. You was walking around with farmer jeans. Niggas ain't teach you how to get fly and go to them board meetings to get that bag.
All right, now I feel that we're completely different planes here.
Yo, Hov didn't teach a demographic in the community how to get money and boss up. Answer me that.
How to get fly?
No? How to get money and boss up. Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and this is why Pac will be forever regarded as the greatest rapper, not the best rapper, not even your favorite rapper, but the greatest rapper, is because he understood the plight of the people. Now, you're saying the episode of me shitting on Jay-Z because I like Jay-Z's music, but I think I've stated this multiple times that Jay-Z has the drug dealer mentality as it pertains to rapping. It not necessarily translates into the people's champ or a man of the people. I will be honest to say Jay-Z's music has never been the champion, the underdog in the respects of social standing, right? It's always been about self. And while I understand people got to get money, Jay-Z want to get money. He wants to utilize the rap game as best as possible to take care of his family. Like, I'm not even gonna speak ill against that, because before you can worry about the people, you got to worry about yourself. What I will say is that doesn't translate well into like the plight of the people, because as much as you can teach people, and I'm with Memphis Bleek somewhat, Jay-Z did actually introduce the mechanics of how your brain should function as it pertains to being self-made and being your own boss and get money. However, he didn't necessarily teach people how to get money, right? The legitimate way. Now, illegally, he taught people the mechanics on how to drug deal. Whether he did or not is inconsequential. What I do know is that he actually broke that down, because like he said, or Memphis Bleek said, niggas would still be picking their nose, wiping on the camera screen like Wu-Tang. I think that's who he's referring to. But he didn't necessarily teach black people how to get money legitimately. He's never been a man of the people. He's been an underdog in the regards of himself. And once again, helping oneself doesn't help the community. It only helps and enriches you and your family. Now, Memphis Bleek is an idiot. So, I mean, for him actually advocating on behalf of Jay-Z, I think was actually erroneous. They shouldn't even been asking him that shit. Because to be frank, I don't think Jay-Z tells Memphis Bleek too much of shit. That's just where I'm at with it. When Bleek goes on all these podcasts and even has his own podcast talking about hip hop and the glory days and shit that happened in 1999, Jay-Z rarely, if any, does interviews with people from the soil. I think he did an interview with some little up and coming podcaster, some dude that he looked like he was like roughly in his early 20s. That I think that he puts that buffer intentionally between him and the people so that it doesn't soil or tarnish his legacy. I think being put on podcasts like Drink Champs or $1 Million Podcast with Wallow and Gilly, one, I think that would humanize Hov, but it also would demonize Hov and put fire under him where it would force him to answer tough questions. So, like me personally, I don't think Memphis Bleek should be speaking on behalf of Jay-Z. That's just me. Now, I understand the dude's perspective. Jay-Z took a deal with Target. Like I said, he's trying to enrich his family. Got no problem with that. However, you have to ask oneself, how much enriching do you need to do to enrich your family? Once, I mean, you're a billionaire. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's worth $2 billion. In the words of Jay-Z, when does reality not set in? When do the lies end, or does it not matter? I don't think it matters to Hov, which I'm not saying it necessarily should matter to him. However, if you want the people to back you or hold you up in regards as the people's champ, you should actually like address shit like that, hardlining questions, and you should actually ride with us. If we're boycotting Target, why would you take a deal? I mean, like I said, I know it's to enrich you and your family, but it doesn't actually support or actually contribute to the solidarity of black people. So that's that. Memphis Bleek's questions were blunt, truthful, and candid, and they made perfectly good sense from a selfish perspective. Like, if you're a selfish, self-serving person, then it makes sense. If you ever gave a fuck about the people, then it doesn't. Clearly, he doesn't give a fuck about black people as a whole, as he does black people individually. We've already seen his respect or a regard of Dame Dash as a friend and a long-term business partner, how he like basically severed ties, which understandably made sense, right? But I forgot who told me this. It might have been my dad. It might have been an older OG. It might have been a friend of mine. But they said it's not necessarily how you do shit, or it's not necessarily doing shit. It's about how you do shit, right? You can cut a business partner off and not actually have that bad blood or animosity or bad taste left in the other person's mouth. There's ways to do it. He didn't do that. He cut Dame and Biggs out the deal, becoming Def Jam president, sold his share to Def Jam, forcing Dame and Biggs to actually sell their share to Def Jam, just so that he could get his masters back when they actually pre-sold the Reasonable Doubt through Priority Records before taking the Def Jam contract and having the album subsequently re-released. So like it's not necessarily what you do, it's about how you go about doing it. I think, and I've said this on many occasions, while he is the Michael Jordan of hip hop, he's a scumbag. I've never actually, he could be the best rapper of all time, greatest rapper of all time, as it pertains to appeal, sales, and delivery, lyrical complexity, and all that jazz. But that's why he's not regarded to me as the greatest rapper of all, or the best rapper of all time. Or my bad, let me rephrase that. The greatest rapper of all time. He's always regarded to me as the best rapper of all times, not the greatest, because great implies that you do things that other people just don't do. He doesn't fit that criteria. He's always been about himself, and just because I'm a Jay-Z fan doesn't mean I can't acknowledge, right, the character flaw in the person. But Memphis Bleek is an idiot, just like most rappers are idiots. Tupac said this back in 1994 while he was locked up.
How can these people be talking about how they so real and they don't care about our communities? How can they be talking about what they, all this, you know, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real, if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game and listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it.
He also went on in that interview, which I didn't have the full interview, I got it somewhere, where he tells you that most rappers just want to play a character. They want to enrich their pockets. They want to play a character. They want to play like make believe. They don't actually want to change the status quo. And I think that's what the dude at the table was trying to basically hint at, right? Why play the status quo game as opposed to kind of like champion with the people, go up against the status quo and actually rectify and change shit. But like I said, Memphis Bleek is an idiot. While his answers made total good sense from a selfish perspective, from a moralistic standpoint, and even like people's champ standpoint, it made no sense. The shit was incoherent babble. But I mean, I don't expect anything less. It wouldn't have mattered if it was Jay-Z answering or Memphis Bleek. Just from what I know from listening to Jay-Z as a rapper and his discography, like he's always been self-serving. If it doesn't benefit him, I don't think he really puts a lot of stock in it. Or let me correct that. If it doesn't benefit him, Emery, Tata, I don't think that he really gives a shit. And you can have that take. You know what I'm saying? People are entitled to take the take that they want. My biggest thing is like, as it pertains to hip hop is a musical form of like that. The messaging is supposed to be in alignment with the people. That's what it started from. And I take rap for what it is now. Hip hop, it's been corporatized. It's the soul of hip hop is long gone, right? If I had to guesstimate the soul of hip hop, I would have to say that it's been gone since about 2008. After Rick Ross was found out to be a former correctional officer, right there let me know that it was all about money, imaging, and it was fake. Even though, don't get me wrong, hip hop has always been about image. Like none of these motherfuckers are killers. They don't necessarily come from, and I won't say the streets because a lot of them did dabble, but like they're not hardened criminals. Not a lot of them. Right? You got like a handful of it. For every one DMX, it's a million young thugs or Memphis Bleeks. But Memphis Bleek is a yes man. So, like I said, I don't expect anything other. It didn't disappoint me. Like I already knew the answer. He just looked like he didn't. I ain't even gonna say he confirmed it. He just looked like a fucking idiot up there, right? And he's to be 45 years old. Nigga's childish. Every time a man went to go speak, he was cutting him off. Like when he said that you don't pay Hove's rent. Every time my man was giving him the breakdown as to how we contribute to Jay-Z's rent, which I don't think Jay-Z's paid rent in a long time. But every time he actually was trying to like address that, it almost looked like Memphis Bleek was methodically waiting for him to start talking, to overtalk him. That's what I hate when people do that, which is why I don't have multiple people on a panel with my podcast, which is why I do a commentating style, because if I was to do a podcast with people and you overtalk me, I'll probably sock you out. You know what I'm saying? Straight away. Like that. When I do a panel episode, and I will do it in the near future, I'll probably have like lay the ground rules for people in beforehand. Like, don't come up here like when I'm talking, don't fucking talk over me. Don't talk over me. Don't hit me with anecdotal shit when I hit you with facts. You know what I'm saying? Because just knowing me as a person, I'll probably sock you out. Especially if I'm paying for like time to rent out a venue to do the podcast. When you bring your stupid ass up there and you over talking me, thinking you proving a point because you loud and you hit me with anecdotal shit. That's idiot shit. I hate when people like debate like that, have interviews like that. It's annoying. So that's why I stick to commentating style, and it's just me, and people can like it or they can kiss my ass. It don't make me no never mind. But at least I get my messaging clear and out. You know, people can disagree with what I say. One thing they can never say is that I'm wrong. Like, you can disagree with it. I don't mind that. That don't make me no never mind. What you can't say is that I was wrong in my overall premise. That's what a lot of people, especially black folks, fail to realize. Sometimes you can be wrong or you can be right. When you're right, you're right. There is no take on right. There is no perspective on right. It's not my truth. If my car gets stolen and motherfuckers are telling the story, right? I say I'll go outside, somebody jumped in my car and drove, and while it was running, and drove off. They stole my car. Anybody talking about the car was left on, he said they could use the car, they borrowed it. It's bullshit. There's only one fucking form of the truth, and the truth is the truth. It'll never change. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I meant to do this when I saw this, but I wasn't in a rush, because while I do like a couple Memphis Bleek songs, he's an idiot. So I kind of wasn't, and I didn't want to rush to call the nigga an idiot. I actually debated on if I was actually going to speak on his stupid ass, and I finally got around to it. In any event, if you think I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. If you think I'm right, leave it in the comments. I actually didn't mean for this goddamn episode to run 17 minutes and some change, but here we are. In any event, I'm out.
No one's